to do a little live chat with everybody. Everybody talks about riding with other people, this, that, and everything else, and how solo riding is bad and this and that. Let's get down to the cold-hearted, honest truth. Why most cyclists go solo. First off, we have different riding styles. That becomes an issue on the way because some will ride fast, some will ride slow, some can ride hills, some can't ride hills. So therefore, riding style starts to become an issue. Number two, camping. Once you start camping, are you hammock camping, ground camping? You need to look for spots to camp. You need to find enough space. Are you one tent? Are you two tents? Are you three tents? Finding space, finding places that both and everybody are comfortable with. Is there stuff on the ground? Is there smells? Is there too close traffic? Is there this and that and other things? So as you see, as we start talking about this, because everybody's an individual, has needs and wants and everything else, it starts becoming difficult to, say, hey, it's just everything's going to go hunky-dory. It doesn't. Next part, you've got different bikes themselves. My bike is a recumbent, so it rides differently than an upright bike. It doesn't go through some of the trails that some of the other trails go through. Again, we go to bike paths, bike trails. Some people like riding on the road, single file. Some people like riding together. Some people weave in and out. Some people are considered dangerous to others. So all these factors start coming into play. Again, then the next thing, how much money do you want to spend? Do you want to go to a hostel every fourth or fifth night to get washed up? Do you mind washing in the river? Do you want to wash in the middle of city squares? Do you want to wash up here? Do you want to wash up there? Are you going to wash your clothing along the way? Are you going to wash this and that and this? So these are some of the little things that I can think of. Now let's get back down to some of the nitty-gritties. First off, people that tend to ride together are considered pack people. They like riding in a pack. They enjoy the company. They want to be around others. They need others to be fulfilled. Okay, second thing is you get a lot of couples that ride, guys that ride with girls or this and that. We all know why they're trying to ride with a girl. Let's face facts, they're looking to get a little bit of fun on the road. Guess what, boys and girls, most bikers will tell you, on the road is not the time for a huge romance. It will break romances, if anything. Makes things difficult. Girls have different needs and guys do, as far as sitting on toilets, washing up, cleaning up, and everything else. So there's differences there. Doesn't mean you can't ride together. No, some people are great. They're willing to do that. But once you start doing that, you got to remember that when you ride with somebody else, you're going to start changing to what their needs are. You're going to have to make lots and lots of compromises. In my experience with compromises is usually one person is going to have to compromise a lot more than the other person. One person has a tendency to be pushy, manipulative, or this and that, and pushes the facts. So therefore, you're looking over at where you're going. Why do you want to go to this city? Is it out of the way? Is it convenient? Can you stop? Are you going to do like I'm doing now? Stop in a town square, do a video, do some chatting, talk to some people, this and that. Is the other person getting bored, annoyed at that time and this time? Next thing, food, eating, cooking your own food. What one eats, what the other one doesn't want to eat. Is one vegetarian, one vegan, one this, one that? What food do you carry? How do you carry it on the bike? Are you carrying enough water? Are you going to be leeching off the other person to take water, take food, take supplies, carry that they've got to carry stuff? Yeah, the advantages are when you carry with two people is you can split the load, split the gear up, split the stuff up. If you're traveling with a family like I did before, you know what to expect. You know this is not a speedy tour. You've discussed it ahead of time. You're taking your leisurely time. You've picked out a route. You're kind of going to places. You kind of know what you're doing. You're making, like I say, changes and sacrifices from your normal way of riding, but you know ahead of time you're doing this, so you're going to places, you're doing things completely different, taking breaks at different times, and this is the thing, when you're traveling with, like I say, multi-people, you've got to do a lot of adapting. And are you adaptable type person? Or are you not? Unfortunately, a few of the people I've traveled with weren't so adapting. They had in mind that they wanted to see things from their culture, their things, and this. That was their priority. So they would pick routes that would go that way. They use the advantage of traveling with two people to be able to get cheap rooms, because then you split the room, so you got to split the cost. So this is something that one may want to do, the other one may not want to do. Because, okay, it is cheap. It ends up being that the rooms are cheap. It's kind of nice. It's convenient, but I'm not recording videos, doing all that kind of stuff all the time. Well, I am now. But I'm posting and I'm not having to do all this stuff. I don't need huge amounts of electricity. I like camping outdoors. I like being in the trees and doing this. So like I say, the biggest thing is it becomes to individuality. Are you a pack person? Someone who needs others to feel safe, to feel this and that. Do I bike with other people? Yes, quite often. Do I bike especially in some areas with other people? Yeah, for periods of time, because it's convenient, because it's safety. Because some areas, like in Africa and a few other places, it's safer to travel in a pack because you are safer. And therefore, you're going to do it more often than something else. But in general, most people with our individualities, when I want to eat, I want to eat. And then the other person's not hungry, you ride up the road. Then one person's sitting bored, waiting for you to eat and this and that. And then maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours up the road, the other person's hungry. Now you got to stop again. So this cuts that out. Okay, one wants to do their wash right now because they think, this is the river we're going to do washing at. And so they do their laundry and everything else. And then you look over going, oh, I didn't know we were doing laundry. I didn't have my stuff ready for that. You get to the next city, you buy your soap and you buy your other stuff because they didn't have enough to lend you to wash your stuff at the same time. Drying out stuff, same with hammocks and different things. My system, I can pack it away 90% wet and still for the next week have no problem because only my tarp has a tendency to get wet and the straps. So I can keep those separate. So it's not like a tent, where a tent, if you don't dry it every couple of days or every day in between uses, after 2-3 days, you're screwed. Your tent is wet, your gear is wet, everything is wet. My system doesn't work that way. So again, there's so many little differences, so many little things. The reason, like I said, most people join and ride together is because they're pack-style people. They need another to support them. They need another to tell them what they're doing. They need another one to help with the maps, need another one to that one. So it's a kind of a symbiotic relationship, but at the same time, it's not. It's more like a user relationship. One person is getting more out of the relationship than the other one. So eventually, as you see, if you look on couples and everything else as you go down the stuff, it doesn't work out after a while for 90% of travelers that travel together. There's problems, there's issues. Some people are more tolerant and therefore the issues won't be that much. They'll take them great and they'll say, hey, fine, I took these issues, it was great, it was good. It's nothing that really bothered me that much. I could handle it, so I took it and I went on with life. And then there's others that'll say immediately, this isn't right for me, and I want to move on. And the thing is, the biggest problem in life we do is we hold on to things too long. We don't say okay to the other person immediately. Hey, this doesn't seem like it's working out for us. Let's find a way. You're a pack person. Let's find out we can get you to a place or a city that you can join with other people from packs and ride on with them. But for me, it's not working and I need to go to keep my happiness. Because at the bottom line of this, both people are supposed to be happy. Both people are supposed to be getting what they need out of it. Both and everybody isn't. That's why it's best to be solo, because then you get what you need. You stop when you want. You go when you want. You do what you want. How can you argue? You only got to argue with one person, yourself. And hopefully yourself likes yourself enough to cycle alone. All right, that was kind of my rant because of the last few days, again, of trying to help somebody. I've learned another lesson. No good deed goes unpunished. Helping others, you can't if they don't really want to be helped. I tried showing maps, this, that, teaching, but some people, it's just easier how they say, feed a man a fish, or give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach him to fish, he's fed for life. A lot of people nowadays just want to be kept being given fish and fish and fish, and no matter how hard you try to teach them to fish, they just come every day to get their free fish from you because they don't want to learn to fish and work. and do it themselves. That's kind of my perspective on it. Let me know in your comments how your perspectives are on this. Like I say, when it comes to males and females bike riding together, yes, I've ridden with quite a few females, you know, non-sexual relationships, and had great rides with them. But in the meanwhile, let's face facts, boys and girls, we have a tendency to ride with a female in hopes of, and females ride with a male rider in hopes of having either to get them to fall in love with them and marry them, or for security purposes, or whatever it is. But like I say, it is what it is, boys and girls. Let's move on with this. Let's not lie about it. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Talk to people honestly when we make bike partnerships and everything else. Like I do, I tell people straight up, if it doesn't work, we part ways at a certain period of time, and we do what we do. Some people don't like that. Then they try to say, well, you didn't know. From day one, I will tell you, I will ride with you as long as it's convenient and it's working and it's happy. The minute it's not, I'm going to ride on my own, and that's that. And that's because I've learned the lesson over the years that, you know, you can't just keep riding with somebody because they want you to, because it doesn't work out for both of you. You're both angry, nasty people on the ride, and it stops the whole point of this. The whole point of this is, like the AZUB logo says, the joy of riding. And that's what it's all about, is to enjoy yourself, have a great time, ride around the world, see the world, be a part of the world, stop when you want to stop, talk to people, do the things that make you happy and make you enjoy the world. All right, people, I've ranted on. I've talked about this enough. I'm going to sign off and let this go to YouTube. This here was a practice stop as well for a few friends to test the live feature, to test uploading 3 or 4 videos, them 360s, get myself stuff caught up, because I've been riding with the other person for so long. I've got to now catch all my stuff up and get it up to date and go on from there. And plus, I had a great video or free Wi-Fi connection here, so I was able to put up a bunch of stuff at the same time. All right, people, have a good time.